All right, so you want to go ahead and land a tech SDR or like an SDR position at Google. I'm about to show you how. So I sourced up a bunch of roles, and it's actually not hard. You have basically this list right here. Very, very, very simple. Very, very, very simple. So hiring managers are posting up for all types of roles every single day. I just happen to scrape up all the SDR roles, and well, I have it to you, and give me a second. I have it for you all in this little spreadsheet right here where I'm going to have my team get you all of this information, and it takes a lot of time. So definitely go ahead and get access to our school. It's only $1. It basically helps keep the people that are doing this for you, because I sure as hell ain't doing this shit myself. It helps these people. It helps basically me create a job for a person to help you guys land a job and give you guys the best possible competitive advantage. So today we're talking about Google. There's definitely a bunch of other roles. You can also go ahead and just do a little quick search here on Google under the names. We have quite a few openings with Google. So let's get back to business. I see here that somebody posted up a role at Google, and this person's Brad. Google Security BDR Lead. I am hiring, 3 days ago, I'm hiring for Enterprise SDR BDR at Google. This person will generate new opportunities for Google Cloud Security team with the goal of developing into an inside sales rep running full deal cycles. Working at Google the past year has allowed me to work with some of the brightest people, best technology, and get inside a view of the AI, how it'll change the way we work. If you or anybody is interested, send me a message. So we have the position here. What are we going to do? Because we want to land the job. We want to land the job, right? So what we're going to do is, you see how there's like 158 little likes, and then you got comments, and then you got reposts, right? This is a very, very, very competitive role. But sales is one of the hardest positions to go ahead and source for and hire for, because a lot of people that are applying are just bad. That's why our people are getting into the most rockstar companies like HubSpot, Salesforce, and all that other kind of jazz, right? But before I go ahead and fire off this message over to Brad, here's what I want to go ahead and do. I want to go back into my little spreadsheet here. And why do we have it on Airtable? Why don't we go ahead and do this on something else, right? Well, because you're going to have so many interviews, you want to be able to reference this post when you get an interview with Brad. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to log down this information. Okay, I'm going to log down this information with Brad, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. Holy moly. I just added this thing on here. I don't know how we got the... Oh, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Anyways, thank you so much for posting. I think my team right now is actually updating this thing in real time, because I literally just tagged that thing on here. Anyways, the first message that I want to go ahead and send out, because here's the thing. You want to get connected with this person. If you go ahead and you try to connect with the lead that you haven't met before on LinkedIn, if you have LinkedIn Premium like I do, I also have LinkedIn Premium as well. It's about $40 a month. It will let you send 300 characters in your first message. It's not an email. You click on connect with whoever, and then on that it says add a note. And under add a note, you can add a message. And there's 300 characters, and those 300 characters are also including spaces. Then you also have, if you don't have it, you have 200 characters. But the problem with if you don't have LinkedIn Premium is that you probably, unless you already have a lot of connections, you can only connect with so many people a day. So do yourself a favor, get yourself LinkedIn Premium if you want. And if you don't, that's totally fine too. But you want to send Brad a message. And the first thing here is, thank you so much for posting the Enterprise SDR BDR position at Google. You want to know why? This person here, look at all these people. You know what I see all day? I'm interested. No shit. Can you put some effort into what it is that you're doing? Because I'm interested as a salesperson is another really nice way of saying, F you, pay me. So if that's your first impression that you're putting out on the wall publicly, that tells me you're probably going to suck at the job. That tells me that you're probably going to be a waste of my time training you. That also tells me that you're not worth my time. So the first thing I want to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and add in the message. Thank you so much for posting the SDR BDR role. And just wait for that connect to happen, because if you eventually come up, tech sales is all about building and nurturing relationships. If you come out straight for the kill right there, for the kill shot, you're going to come off as somebody that's extremely transactional. When we are talking about selling cybersecurity software, we are talking about something very serious. People take those decisions very seriously. You're not selling 2 scoops of ice cream on top of a cone here. So they're going to be thinking, this person, how likely are they going to, what are the chances of them being successful at Google, working for me on my team, if this is how they're coming out? Because I always say this, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I've been saying that since I watched the latest installment of John Wick, because there's that one crazy French villain that always says that in there, right? You want to go ahead and get to that connection first, because you want to know why? People love that message. Thank you. Like, every single day when you're in sales and when you're working in tech, somebody wants something from you. So when the first message you see, because you see here, I get all these messages that my team covers. That's why on the bottom, you're not going to see my whole screen is just lit up with messages. Can you review my, like, yo, no, you wait in line. If somebody comes off and they're like, thank you so much for, voila. All of a sudden, I'm thinking to myself, I'm already put in a good feeling, right? A lot of sales books will go out there and tell you that. The next thing here is you want to follow up again. Why? Because when they post, they have a lot of people that are just reaching out to them, but you want to go ahead and follow up with them again. And you want to start thinking to yourself the following things. What's my follow-up message? Well, like, they're going to respond. There's only going to be a few outcomes here. Number one is they don't connect with you. It's unlikely somebody would have that low of an etiquette on LinkedIn. Number two is they connect with you and they do nothing. They just leave the message on read. And sometimes people take that shit very personally. Please don't. They could be doing anything. They could be waiting for their Uber. They could be waiting for their train. They could be waiting for their date. They could be just lying down in their bed, watching some Netflix, looking at their freaking iPhone. And then all of a sudden, their friend calls them like, yo, what are you doing tonight? You want to grab drinks? These people are human beings too. And then they forget about you. LinkedIn is notoriously bad for inbox management. I get so many different types of people that ping me about so many different types of bullshit, not to mention the people that try to sell me shit like video editors. So what do? Well, just know that there's only 3 outcomes. Outcome number 1, they review the message, but they don't get back to you. They leave you on red. Outcome number 2 is they say, oh, don't mention it. Outcome number 3 is they straight up don't connect with you. Or outcome number 4 is they're going to respond to you and they say the role is filled. So let's go out there and walk out each and every one of these possibilities. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about outcomes. So outcome number 1, connected, left on red. Outcome number 2, connected. They say something like, oh, you're welcome, don't mention it, / no worries, / good luck, / you're welcome. That also happens, right? Cool. Outcome number 3, position filled. That's a possible outcome, right? So what do? Right? You have connected, position filled, right? Now, what else can you go out there and do? Well, left on red, don't mention it. It's like outcome number 4, another outcome. Okay. Are you interested in the position? Of all these different outcomes, I'm just going to put this one here on the very bottom, and I'm just going to get rid of outcome number 1, 2, and 3 because I realize that could be a very bad system. I'm going to go out there and follow up with a few other messages. Outcome number 1, they left me unread. I'm going to follow up with them again. Just following back up with you on this, Brad, because I am interested in the role. And what would I say to this person? I'm interested in the role, and I imagine that you are overwhelmed with resumes at the moment. What is the perfect, working relationship you would like to have with your new hire? It's one I'd go out there and draft. Another one, don't mention it. Perfect. Okay. The reason why, don't worry, don't mention it. Good luck. You're welcome. Oh man, you are the hero. And I'm sure you hear this a lot, but it would be a dream come true for me to work at Google just like everybody else in tech. I'm interested in the role, and I imagine you are overwhelmed with resumes at the moment. What is the perfect working relationship with you? And what would you like? What is the perfect working relationship you'd like to have with your new hire? That's another thing that I can go out there and draft up. Another thing is are you interested in the position? Of course. I'm very interested in the role, and I imagine that you're overwhelmed with resumes at the moment. What is the perfect working relationship that you'd like to have? Okay. Outcome, connected, position filled. No worries. No worries. I still want to thank you for the for posting the role, and I'm not surprised. The role has already been filled. Well, since it's everybody and their mom's dream to work at Google. Are you hiring? Are you or anybody else at Google going to be opening any new SDR positions this quarter? And then it's okay, yes, wonderful. When should I follow up? No. Thank you so much for responding to me, for getting back to me. And I will just keep checking in if that's okay with you. Yeah, of all the different things that we're trying to do here, these are just all frontline messages, right? But at some point, they're going to want to know whether or not you really want to work here. And here's what I would go out there and do for the second batch of follow-up messages. I'm going to take a look at this role, because in the meantime here, I'm not just sending out these messages for no reason. I want to go out there and nab the job. I want to work at Google, but they're looking for, this is a security BDR lead, and this person here has cybersecurity certifications, and I'm going to take a look at all this. And I'm like, whoa, Google Foundation is cybersecurity, security, networks and network security, trade Linux and SQL, and I'm going to have all these different things, right? And it seems like a lot of these certifications were grabbed just within the past 12 months and more so within the year 2024. So what should I do? Should I grab all these certifications myself too? No, because you're not going to have enough time to grab all these different certifications. You can start, but you probably want to land the role, like, I don't know, within the next 24 days if you could. What you want to go ahead and start thinking about is, what is all the pushback that you're going to be getting for not getting this role? And if this person gave you a shot, you might want to go ahead and present, I didn't know anything about e-commerce in my last role, and I learned e-commerce this way. I didn't know anything about da-da-da-da-da, and I learned this way. The other thing that I'm also going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go back to this position and I'm going to take a look at, okay, under contact info, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at like the website that he's working of the company that he was working at before, Transact. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to take a look at what that company is doing. And I'm going to pop this up. It's like Transact, CRM, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you know what I found down here? Phone number, demo, and all that. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go out there, and I'm actually going to go and do, but this is actually, is this his company? Actually, no, he was a director of sales over there. So I naturally assumed, because I look at so many LinkedIn profiles, that was his little side gig. But sometimes they do have that, right? A lot of people don't realize this. When you go to contact info, there are a lot of people that's working in tech. They got newsletters, YouTube channels, TikTok channels, Instagrams. They have side hustles, coaching businesses, whatever it is. They're using LinkedIn to go out there and promote. I would also go ahead and take a look at their other posts. What else are they doing? Okay. What's the best thing you can do while role-playing calls? Okay. Heading to my first conference in a few years, some helpful tips from memory. I would take a look at all the things that they like. Okay. And I would take a look and I would comment, I would like, and I would go out there. Called somebody today that definitely set up their VM to trick sellers. It would ring for a while. Hello, hello, hello. This is a message. Glad they were able to keep me on my toes and wake me up this morning. You know, you want to go ahead and just start setting up that relationship. Now, this is why it's so important for you to have a tracker, because you want to know all of that information. Another thing that I would actually go ahead and really suggest, use a Google letterhead, like a Google resume template, to go out there and apply to a Google job. Because you want to know why? Like, you don't have to have all these skills, but if, okay, I'm not going to show all of it, but this was actually what got somebody a job. When you send somebody a Google template or like another company template, you know what they're going to think first? At first, they're going to be like, holy shit, what the? And this is all in school. Get it in school. They're going to be thinking to themselves like, holy crap. Did somebody just send this thing out there? And then they're going to go back to your LinkedIn profile and they're going to be thinking to themselves, I guess this person here really wants to work at Google. Because when you get something like this, trust me, I'm going to go out there and give you guys a quick little scroll. When you get something like this, you're not going to keep that shit to yourself. You know what you're going to do? You are going to be like, yo, you're going to tell your friend. Can you imagine? Like, do you see what this guy just sent over here? Or this girl just sent over here? And you're going to go something internal viral. This has actually worked out for so many people that's applied to like big tech companies like Spotify, Amazon, all that kind of good stuff. Like, this is one of the best ways for you to go ahead and get an interview with those types of companies. And the coolest thing is this. Now they're looking at your resume, because at first you're going to captivate their attention. The second thing here is they're going to be like, okay, that's what you want. But you still got to find a way to work around that. But this is actually why, like, you got to go out there and just create more opportunities. You got to go out there and actually apply to all these roles first. And I would really recommend that after you're done applying to all these different roles, that the next thing that you're going to go ahead and do is you are going to go ahead and actually what? Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. We've had so many people that have landed jobs at companies that were posting up way back in May because they hire in cycles. No company is hiring just one SDR anymore because there's a chance that you might quit. There's a chance that you might leave. So they hire in like 3 to 4 like batches. If you have like a really good follow-up story, they're more than happy to go out there and interview you. I'll also tell you something else. A lot of people have landed jobs just off of this template, off of this Airtable template, because they're like, whoa, sales is all about time management. I've seen people that are very extroverted kill it. I've seen people that are very, very introverted kill it in sales. But it's just like I had a process because, you know, companies would be posting up roles. So I would go out there and create a little screenshot for myself. And the next thing here is I made a list of like all the people that were looking for the job. I mean, all the people that were posting for the job. And I would make little notes and I would have follow up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I actually ended up getting a lot of interviews from like, you know what that's telling them? You have clear process, you're very coachable, you're very organized, you're very diligent. These are all good things because every salesperson, when you take a look at all the top producers, they have their little bag of tricks in terms of how they keep this thing organized because they know, I talk to this many people a day, I'm going to go out there and convert. I talk to this many people a day, I'm going to convert. I talk to this many people a day, I'm going to go out there and convert. So with that said, never, ever, 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 okay, you know, like when you're selling yourself, you're going in there with like, you're selling like a high ticket sale, people. You got to go in there with something more than just like, I'm going to work hard, I'm a fast learner. Show them something because salespeople are really good at like selling themselves on the interview. Show them something tangible about your process, and you're going to go out there and see your future take off with these people. All right, that is all the information that I basically have for you today. Please schedule a call with us if you have not already and get access into our school community. All you got to go ahead and do is go on any one of our random videos, and you know I'm posting up every single day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day. Okay, schedule the call right here, and you can get access to all those resources I just mentioned in the school. See you in school. Don't be late to school.